To date, the 17th day of May, and a Sunday on official lockdown in the Bahamas. Your mind sometimes wonder, and you ask yourself why. That's what I keep asking myself. Why do I want to run as Member of Parliament for North Abaco? It's because I've seen the group of candidates that came in and used Abaco as a stepping stone to fill their own political desires, never look back. Even when our own Renato Curry, I watched him try to bring him in. Although he ran against me, I brought him into the PLP party. And you know, in Abaco, they have such small mind. You ever been in a community and you don't see anybody that is fearless like you are? They're always talking about you and can't talk to you. I'm one of those guys could talk to the high and the low. I don't switch. I don't back and forth. I've always been progressive for Abaco. And the stuff that I see, the worst set of people I've seen during an election are those people that don't care about the PLP, they don't care about the FNM, they don't care about the DNA, they don't care about the country, they don't care about the island, they don't care about the district. These are the worst of the worst. And everybody in Abaco knows it. That person was said that he wants the bag. Those people are creature of habit. They don't care. If the PLP give them 100,000, they may give away 5 of that. They can put that away for them. That's theirs. Although it was given to help in the community. And last time I checked, it was against the law to buy votes. But I saw this in my district campaigning. The FNM bought votes. So I said, how they can buy votes? How and who they know how they're gonna vote when they get at the poll? So we smarter than y'all. We smarter than you, Kai. We bought their voters' card. We kept it, and we told them we're gonna give it to them the day of the election. The day of the election, we held the voters' card because they know they weren't gonna vote FNM. So we eliminate them. I said, boy, that gotta be criminal and that's gotta be illegal. All of that is for what? I said, what you did all that for? They did all that for Darren Handfield. You see where crookedness will get you? Crookedness will get you nowhere. And these are the type of people that you're going up against. I put my name in there and I don't expect anything from the people in North Abaco. All I could bring them is good representation, a clean slate, a fearless heart, and a soul that has been fighting. See, the event of Hurricane Dorian, like you have some inside the race, want to do things, and on the back they have a hidden agenda. They're only spending money to buy rooms, to buy lumber, and to enable them to say they bought enough lumber, they paid for enough rooms to run for North Abaco. But it's that wait 5 years. I've always asked people when they say, oh, I'll vote for you, but you gotta pay me X amount. I say, is it worth your 5 years? You prefer $500 than 5 years of good representation. That if something is coming, it could last not only a day, because the 500 only lasts a day in Abaco. What happened to the other 4 years plus? So don't sell yourself short when you're selling your vote, what you ought not to be doing anyway. Ask yourself, is it worth it? Those type of people I prefer not to talk to. Whenever somebody come to me and want me to buy their votes, the conversation is over because it's not and it ought not be for sale. But you have these they set themselves up as a general. Look at all the generals that the FNM had in the last election. Look at all the generals that the PLP had. These people can't talk to nobody. They set themselves up a general to stay right around the bag. They want to stay right in the office to control the money. They couldn't go in 10 people's house and have the respect of 10 persons in no district to coerce them to vote for nothing. These people need to go in the back. But because they're greedy and grabalicious and all for me, these are the people that say, you know what? We don't want Kai because we know Kai is not going to let that happen in his campaign. No. You got to be a people person and you got to be there for people. When you become selfish, you ought not be up in the front. And that's what happened in both parties. The greedy ones, the grabalicious ones, always up front. And because Kai knows his people, I know how to slice the cake. I don't need nobody. If I was to give money to somebody, it would not be for them to vote for me. It was to help them for their present need. My thing as the representative is to represent you at the high-end table to make sure that if something coming to the country, Abaco will have its fair due. Abaco name will be called. How many times have you heard Abaco name called in the host assembly in the past year, especially the last 6 months? When last have you heard Marshaba name called? It's like somebody is standing on their necks. They cannot say and talk about Abaco, and there's so much stuff that you could talk about need to be done. Then you have those ones that waiting on Kai Mills to make a political suicide by talking the wrong thing that they perceive as wrong. Then they will hop on that bandwagon. But all of them that want to run in North Abaco, they are politically silenced. All the wrong. One said he's being the 3-time chief counselor. Absolutely silenced. Darren them must have given him a little contract to carry a little grocery up and down. So he is silent. The rest of them come and go, use a disaster to make themselves relevant. Abaconians will see through that. Don't care what happened. When the decision is made at the table, there will be this question: what about Kai? That means that Kai Mills have political clout. Look at all of them. The last administration, this administration, got all this proceed education. Education only prepares one for the outside world that I live in. Although you all got your degree, you all got to come back into the real world and try to figure out how to work that degree. While you're trying to figure out how to work that degree, Kai already got it. So this is what keeps going wrong. We hope that whoever the next government is will pick people like Kai Mills that willing to pull self aside and to recognize that the only job of member of parliament is to give service. It's a service job. And you have to have that people skill. If you're arrogant, this ought not be for you. If you're greedy, it's not for you. It is to do what Kai has been doing for the last 25 years, trying to make his community the best little community in the Bahamas. And I have been fighting with my own that knows that I have vision I have internal fortitude. I am fearless. What they do, it's like what King David said. He said, Kai Mills, be careful of those who sit at your table, breaking and eating of your bread, drinking of your finest of wine. These players that are at your table can't wait to stab you in the back. Politics is like this. Once you understand it, you could go forward. You could do 99.5% of the things right. That half percentage that they perceive, man, you ain't right, you ain't wrong. They perceive you to be wrong. That's what they measure you by. You could do 99.5% of stuff for people, everything. That half percentage that they thought that you ought to have done, they're going to forget the 99.5% that you already did for them. And they're going to beat you with that half percentage that they perceive you didn't do. So you have to have love for people. Don't go in it and worrying about how people going to treat you. Because Jesus was down here as an example, a leader. His disciples saw him performing miracles. And at the end, they denied him. And it's clear, biblical prophecy will tell you. Mother Pratt did such a beautiful speech at the Muggle. She says, hard to get accepted in your own community. And I've seen it for years. But I do the work. Never looking for the joy. If the joy comes, so be it. But I have some work to do. I still have some work to do. That is why I could run as your member of parliament for North Abaco. Because I know that we could have better. I know that we deserve better. That is why Kai Mills can put his name in the hat, while the rest of them, all they want is the bag. If they can't get the bag, they will try to kill your character, your name, and everything else for greed. So I know the greedy ones in North Abaco. And them too, I want to represent. Kai cares. That's why he's here.